If you're new to want it and have a hard time trying to grind or just get money a little faster, well, this isn't exactly that type of technique which will get you 1 million instantly. It's just more like a beginner guide as to like what you need to know and like what you should what you should do to rob, because there are some people nowadays that I see are very confused, especially with the robberies that have been out for quite a while, maybe for like months now, like the jewelry store or the plane store, especially when they got reworked once. And the thing is, you gotta know exactly how these robberies work first. So for the bank, it's actually quite simple. There's a C4 like around. It's literally on the way. You can't even miss it at all. You just collect that and then just blow up the wall. As for the jewelry store, I will show you guys in a bit as to how to do it. It'll just be a quick little thing. So as of right now, I'll give you a little tip. Every time you see like an ATM or something, just rob it. And you do spawn like right over here at the tech shack area. So I would recommend that you just go in here and try to look for this thing. It's called I think a TPU, if I'm not wrong. There's this new item. It's called a TPU, and it's super rare, but it's also super worth it as well. How worth it is it? I'm not exactly sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it is quite worth it if it's just that rare. You can go into these areas as well if you want to go inside the shoe locker and get something here. You can, although they're not exactly worth it, because if I just steal all of these, well, you can tell by the value it's not exactly quite a lot, but it's a little something. You can sell them, but honestly, I would say that this place is kind of worthless. So no need to go here if you want. But there is a jewelry store, like a mini jewelry store, all the way like over there, if I'm not wrong. You can just go ahead and rob that if you feel like you need to just get something. Now, the good thing about this one is that there aren't exactly rare things, but there are some things that you might find valuable, like the sapphire ring. It's not exactly great, but it's good. And oh yeah, okay, an emerald ring as well. You can find an emerald ring. So there's a chance that you're gonna find something pretty rare here. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many times how long does it take for it to actually like restore itself, if you know what I mean. Also, there's this I don't know why is it shining over here. I don't know if that's supposed to be a sapphire, which is literally just hidden there for some reason. Oh yeah, it's a sapphire. I'm lucky right now. Okay, I'm gonna keep that with me. I don't know if that's a ruby ring or silver ring. I think the case is a little. It's okay. That's a little weird, but okay. So let's just like go with the basics. As I said, go for the ATMs. They're everywhere is just nearby. uh it's like almost everywhere you go. By the bank there are ATMs, by the jewelry store there are ATMs, in the airport there's ATMs. So let's just go with the jewelry store guide at first. So for the jewelry store, obviously you'll need some buzz saws, which you can get from here if you just click on a browse shop, and it's just right there. And now the wall cracker is all the way at that seaport over there, and it's actually not that hard to get, but I know that traveling distance will take time, which is why I would recommend getting the Spectre first. That's currently, well, not exactly the most fastest car, but definitely like top three fastest cars within the game, and you can get them by literally just buying them. So that's what makes it better as well. Okay, here I am at the seaport. Actually, I just saw this trick recently, but you can literally just go through this gate instead of the one that's over there, because this is like way more, it's way closer. So all you gotta do is go over here. And oh yeah, also, if there are some weapons that you feel like you do not need, you can actually just sell them right here. So if I want to sell, okay, I'm not I don't, okay, let's just take the M9 for example. And if you find something valuable like a gold gun, you can sell it. Although I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but if you like have a duplicate of it, then go ahead, you can sell it. But you can get the ball cracker, which is something you will need for the jewelry store, from over here. You can get two of them at once, but I would just recommend getting one, but it's up to you. I just only take one. I sometimes take two, depends upon how I'm feeling. Now, as for the airport, you have well, not the airport, but for the cargo plane, apparently you have to go all the way to the airport. So, like I said before, just rob ATMs if you see them nearby, and they're just almost anywhere. So they're pretty hard to miss. I would recommend literally just robbing them anywhere, like anywhere close by. Now, oh yeah, another thing in the airport there are these briefcases, and I'll tell you a little something about a little trick about these silver items as well because I forgot to actually mention them at first, but I'll just mention it now. Don't exactly waste your time getting the anything silver related, because here's the problem: if you compare the value between a silver bar and a pair phone, you would see an odd difference. If I'm not wrong, a silver bar is only for 200, while a pair phone is only for while a pair phone is for 400, and the same goes for HDD. So if there is a default vault within the server, collect the gold, and then go ahead and get anything that is far more valuable than silver itself. Now, over here, you see there this briefcase. Some people are actually confused about this, but the briefcase is actually completely different compared to all the other briefcases. So it's pretty hard to miss. I mean, it's actually longer as well, so it's more rectangular as well. And what you do is that once the plane lands, I think you have to activate it. If I'm not wrong, I'm still getting a little used to this rework, so I'm not 100% sure about it. But speaking of helipads, I would recommend obviously getting a mini bird at first because this is if I'm not wrong, obviously I'm not wrong, but this is the cheapest one. But if I'm not wrong, it's probably like 1 million, and you 100% need a helicopter to rob the plane, just in case you miss it. So it would be best to not miss it as well. Okay, one other thing you gotta remember is that instead of giving your money to the pawn shop, which is always like marked for you, like that sign over there, don't always you shouldn't always go there unless it's like a small little robbery, like as if almost like if you're trying to loot something that doesn't have a lot of value, don't go to the pawn shop, just go all the way to Sir B. And he but he takes limited money. So wow, that was a loud explosion. But where he is, some people are actually confused about this. It's right over here. So if you want to see the coordinates, it's at 79 332. Just look for that. It's gonna be there. It's even labeled as well, so you won't have a problem. Here's what I mean when I said that the C4 was over here. It's just right here. You just go get it, and it'll slowly build up. But if you're lucky, someone else will just blow it up for you. Just make sure you're in a high server if you don't wanna. If you want someone else to just, if you want someone else to just blow it up instead, because that's what mostly happens. And unfortunately, the default what is super nerfed, and there used to be a sapphire here before, but there isn't one anymore. But I'll show you exactly what I mean when I say that silver. It's not exactly that worth it. But like, see, if you take an HDD, keep in mind I only took one. It's just the little difference. You can see it's like one HDD, one silver bar. Silver bar, it barely has any value compared to this. So if you find silver bar, well, anything silver related, avoid that because it's honestly very worthless. But you can submit the silver stuff to the pawn shop because those are actually worthless. So might as well make some use of them. Oh, and speaking of batteries, another thing that I wouldn't recommend is that you take anything from Tech Shack unless it's part of your daily mission because they don't have a lot of value either. But if you feel like robbing, like if you feel like there's a cooldown to some of the places, then yeah, you go ahead and rob it because those things they keep spawning in over and over, especially with that shoe shop. And if you're lucky, you will like I said find a TPU there, which is as I also said before, it's pretty rare. So it must be expensive. I've never exactly gotten it, but I've heard it's worth it. Now, as for the pair book, I would say it's worth it, but only take it if you can't find anything because it's worth it, but there's a little gamble to it because it takes up a lot of space. It probably takes up like I don't know, probably like 8 kg as well. And there's also, speaking of kg, if you want to increase it, because there used to be an increase before, apparently all you have to do, well, not all you have to do, I'm making it sound simple, but it's not exactly that simple. All you have to do is finish these missions, the syndicate missions. So if you go over here from missions to career rewards, you'll see that around around the very end, there's going to be like a 5 kg loot bag boost, 5 minutes incognito, and a blade vehicle, which is actually pretty worth it. Blade as well, it's pretty well armored, 5 plus 5 kg, so that would increase it to 30 kg, and it's not even temporary. It's permanent, unlike the Christmas event, which was temporary. But yeah, as I was saying about missions actually give you quite a lot of money. So you should do that. Some of them are pretty hard as well, I'll admit, but in the end, it does get a little worth it because, like I said, you do get rewards, and the rewards are actually good. So it's best not to waste it and just get on with it. One last place which I feel like isn't exactly visited a lot anymore is the military base. So over there, there is actually some decent loot as well because there are military chests. Not great. Well, great is there, but sometimes it can be risky to go there, especially as a beginner, because someone might start killing you for it. Yeah, that actually happens, especially in the jewelry store because that's also a combat zone area. So it's not safe to go there unless you're positive with it. So if you're a beginner as well, I'll give you the survival step. Do get a shotgun, and if you're fast at switching guns, then apply rubber slugs to it, because what that does is that it stuns the enemy, it makes them ragdoll. So, and if you switch fast enough, then I'm pretty sure you can kill them quite well. But the problem is why I'm asking if you're good at switching fast is because the rubber slugs, they don't exactly do damage, they just stun the enemy, and that's all. So for the military base, just go ahead and keep looking for chests. Already someone is there, but I'm not gonna go there because it's actually a little risky, and I kind of have some things that I can't exactly lose right now. Oh, also another thing, speaking of that notification, you should try to just maybe get into a crew sometimes. Maybe join Wanted's Discord and go inside of the looking for crew channel, and you might find something there. Because some people are actually trying to advertise their crew, and I feel like, obviously people are just better when people are stronger when they're in a entire group together. So by that you might actually have an advantage. You might get to know something together. And now one last thing I'll have is that hold on a second. Let me try and get close to a house. But if you ever see houses like these or any of them that have a garage in them, do try to look from time to time. I don't exactly look in it that much anymore, which is kind of a fault on my end. But so I would advise you to look in here sometimes. But you should look inside of these houses, or I think just their garage sometimes, because they have safes, and sometimes they can actually have some decent loot. And if I'm not wrong, you can actually find it. Well, lucky me. See what I mean? It just has some good things sometimes, or most of the times actually. I'm not exactly sure, but it can have some good loot. Depends upon I don't. Well, it doesn't exactly depend, but it'll just have some good loot from time to time. Not every single time, but it will have some good loot. Like there's a chance of you getting a bear phone, which is decent, and there's a chance of you getting a sapphire or gold, a gold ring. Gold ring isn't that bad, but it's not that great either. Like, okay, I did not expect that. I think I should just rob these houses more. Because how did I just get a pearl necklace? This has never happened. I don't know how it's happening now. But okay, I'm taking that for myself. So yeah. Anyways, well, now you all got the idea of how to rob as a beginner. Now, obviously, you can ask other players, anyone who's more advanced within the game. I mean, I've been playing this game since it came out, but I'm just more like giving you like a beginner tip on how you can rob. But if you find any other way, you can go ahead and use that as well. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in next time.